Morning students. In today's class, we'll see the analysis of electric field intensity and to obtain the expression for the electric field intensity when you're considering the surface charge density. Okay. So the problem statement is determine the electric field intensity at any point on the axis of a uniformly charged disk with a charge density of rho as coulomb per meter square. So here the problem statement given is rho is coulomb per meter square, so it is going to be the surface charge density, and with a uniformly charged disk rho between rho less than or equal to a and z is equal to 0. So it means that rho phi is z, it will be under your cylindrical coordinate system. When you see the diagram, here it is going to be the circularly charged, uniformly charged disk, and with rho less than or equal to a. So you cannot draw the diagram like it is your rho axis. Why? Because they have told like rho it could be less than or equal to a. So if you assume less than a, what will be the output? If you assume equal to a, what will be the output? With that statement, you have to start your analysis, and z is equal to 0. So you have to determine the electric field intensity at any point on the axis. So this is the axis where you want to identify your electric field intensity. So in this point P, so this is the point P where you want to identify the value of electric field intensity. So this point P coordinate can be 0, 5, z. Why 0, 5, z? In the sense, this point P can also be here anywhere on the phi axis. So if you are considering it over here, it is going to be 0, 5, z. If you assume a differential surface area, because the charge density given is going to be surface rho s, that is surface charge density. If you assume the surface charge density definition, if you consider the surface charge density definition, it is going to be charge distributed over the surface area. So when you assume a differential surface area, the charge distribution is also going to be differential, that is ds. If you consider a differential surface area ds, then the charge distribution will be differential, which is nothing but dq. Then from this, if the charge distribution is going to be differential, then the electric field obtained will also be differential, which is nothing but dE vector. Therefore, you will get dE is equal to dq divided by 4 pi epsilon r square ACP. R is nothing but the distance between your cause and effect. This is your cause and point P is your effect. The distance between the cause and effect is small r. Since the charge is going to be differential, you can take the definition rho s is equal to q divided by s. If you assume a differential surface area, the charge distribution is going to be differential. Therefore, dq can be written as rho s into ds. So this rho s into ds you can substitute over there. Into this differential surface area, it is all along your z axis. Why? Because you are going to consider a uniformly charged surface. So when you consider the area, the differential area is d rho d phi vector divided by 4 pi epsilon r square. So rho s is rho s into ds. The ds can be written as rho into d phi divided by 4 pi epsilon into r square. Why? Because this is going to be your differential elemental and differential surface area. So this differential surface area vary with respect to rho, which you can write it as d rho, and this can be placed all along this phi axis. So this phi axis will vary with respect to rho factor. So rho into d phi. Here r is equal to the distance between your cause and effect is smaller, which is equal to root of rho square plus h square. Whereas the point P is symmetrically placed, the horizontal component of the electric field intensity will get nullified, and therefore the electric field intensity will have only the z-axis component. So you will not have the y-axis component when you are identifying the electric field intensity. Here you will get two factors. One is with respect to rho you will be integrating, and one more is with respect to phi you have to integrate. So with respect to rho, if you integrate, the limit falls from 0 to a. With respect to phi, if you are integrating, with respect to pi if you are integrating, the integration limit falls from 0 to 2 pi. So when you identify your electric field intensity from this particular equation, you will get the integration. To remove this differentiation, you have to integrate on your right hand side. So when you are integrating, the integration with respect to rho and phi, rho limit is from 0 to a and phi limit is from 0 to 2 pi. After integrating, you will get the equation ES is equal to, E is equal to rho is h divided by 2 epsilon, integration between the limit h square plus a square. Here why we are considering r cube, right? So what is r? R is nothing but rho square plus h square, that is root of rho square plus h square. And here put rt is equal to rho square plus h square. The value of rho can vary from 0 to a. So when rho is equal to 0, what is the value of t? When rho is equal to a, what is the value of t? So after substituting, again you have to simplify to identify the value of electric field intensity. Once it is done, you will be getting the answer, the electric field intensity as minus rho is h divided by 2 epsilon 1 minus h divided by h square plus a square into az vector. Thank you, students.